spent lots of hours trying to just prompt engineer, and it does not work. And so there's a new paradigm, and actually this intuition is actually coming from this paper which I implemented. This is by Elon Du, Improving Factuality and Reasoning and Language Models Through Multi-Agent Debate, where the idea is you can have an ensemble of agents, and all these agents are going to independently output their response, but you're going to have multiple rounds. And after every round, they're going to incorporate the responses of other agents, and they're going to incorporate that to self-reflect and to criticize on their own, and they're going to do this recursively for multiple rounds until you get some kind of like converging answer. And so this paper has shown that it has outperformed just self-reflection and sort of just doing majority vote over multiple ensemble agents. And so for this hackathon, I implemented this method, and that's why you start here. You have this sort of agents debating to get the accurate response, and it proposes these set of solutions. The other thing is that for any sort of particular use case, you got to make sure you have guardrails. So I also implemented external verifiers. I also had another agent, in this case was a solution ranker, that's its role. Go ahead and rank the sort of proposed solutions to see what's most promising. And based on that, I used the weighted version of a majority vote to choose the most promising out of this set of solutions. How many of you are familiar with the Connections New York Times games? Can you just raise your hand? Okay, so I'm saying 25%. If you're not familiar, the game is really simple. You have 16 words, and you have to create 4 groups of 4. You might even start looking at it and try and create some of your own. The game's actually not easy. I've tried playing it, and sometimes I can't even get a couple, and after spending like 20 minutes on it. And so that's why I wanted to use sort of a Agentic system to maybe help me to do reasoning over this textual puzzle. And we know that puzzles are hard. So let's go ahead and run this. So as you can kind of see, it's kicking off, and on the bottom left, you'll see it uses agent ops. For any kind of like multi-step workflow, particularly the one I showed, agent ops is great because you can go ahead and sort of analyze each step and see what's going on. If you take a look on the right, what you'll see is that each agent is now going ahead and sort of giving these responses, and it's going one by one. In the first round, it's giving responses independent of other responses. So I guess everyone is trying to give their best solution. At some point, they're going to go ahead and sort of move on to the second round, where they're going to start incorporating other people's answers to refine their own. And so this is going to happen in this case, the settings that I used was 3 agents and 2 rounds. Clearly, as you want to sort of have it be more accurate, you're going to trade off between accuracy and compute and time. So you could have more rounds if need be. So I guess right now we're kind of just waiting for the current response. But I guess I would sort of say one thing that I sort of did learn a lot in this sort of process. Okay, I do see on the bottom, but I was going to say one thing I did learn a lot is that it's not enough just to have multiple agents. It is nice to have multiple outputs because typically it's better than one output, but if you can reason over the different outputs, I think that's a lot more important for any kind of like performance gain. Okay, so we've had these sort of LLM debate each other. We had this bunch of like a ranking system, and now we got the first response. So it says clay, papyrus, parchment, and wax. So we're gonna go ahead and try this group: clay, papyrus, parchment, and wax. It seems like it's all some kind of like ancient equipment. So in this case, it says ancient writing surfaces. All right, so let's go ahead. That was a success. All right, so now we get the second one. So okay, it says faculty, flair, instinct, and talent. It seems it has to do with something about some kind of I guess some kind of skill. So let's see, faculty, flair, instinct, and talent. We're gonna go ahead and do that. All right, let's go to the next one. So this is the sort of next one after the sort of the set of solutions. It says this is the most promising: burrito, moderate, mummy, and sprain. So we're gonna go ahead and try this. Burrito. I know my time is running short, but burrito, moderate, mummy, and sprain. We're gonna go ahead and try that. Okay, it says incorrect. And so based on this, it's gonna go ahead and sort of condition on the new board state, which is the 8 words, to go ahead and redebate and regenerate to sort of get a new kind of thing. I know that might take a while, so I think I'll stop there. But I hope that this demo shows that by incorporating sort of an LLM debate procedure, and by incorporating tricks like external verifiers and also doing re-ranking, you can sort of improve your reasoning that, just using one kind of GPT agent with whatever infinite number of prompt engineering steps is not going to get you. So hopefully this was an interesting and useful demo. Thank you.